Okay, so it's Chinese New Year's, and we have 12 people over, and one of the traditional dishes you're supposed to make is fish. You're supposed to have that for Chinese New Year's. So I'm gonna try and sous vide, which is the setup that I had before with the rival water heater, doing this little circular kind of thing, and my thermometer. And I'm actually trying to keep it at 137. So what I've done here is, you know, I got my mise en place here. I got all the stuff for afterwards, but I made these little packets because I'm too cheap to buy a vacuum sealer. So what I've put in here is cilantro, red chilies, scallions, black bean and garlic sauce, some Shaoxing wine, and some soy sauce. And from here, I'm doing 3 per bag. And this is the first time I've used these zip and steam, Ziploc zip and steam, because you need food grade plastic so it doesn't leach. And I'm hoping this works, but I'm going to submerge it into this bottle of water, or this thing of water here. And once I submerge it, I will hopefully push all the air out. Do you actually want to come and catch some of this action? So I'm taking it out of the Ziploc right here and putting it into my little bag. And I'm going to do 3 per bag, because it's 12 people total. So each person gets like 3, or each person gets a fillet. Let's do 1 more here. And I'm trying to do this quickly because I know long videos can get boring. So all my fillets go into these little Ziploc bags, and I'm gonna mix it up and put it in here to push all the air out. And then once all the air is out, I'm gonna zip it. And that's how my makeshift, this is my makeshift, I guess, vacuum seal. So that's it. I'm gonna do the rest of these, and then I'll show you guys the rest once I put it in the sous vide. All right, so I've got all my packets made up. I forgot to say I have ginger in here. So there's 3 in each. They're nicely mixed up, and it seems that these Ziploc zip and steam things are working really well. My sous vide is at 137 degrees. You can look right here and see the temperature. And they should only take 8 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and put these in. All right. And then 8 minutes later, we should have yummy, fishy goodness. I also made some side dishes. What you're going to do is, once the fish comes out, the way I'm going to plate it is I'm going to put it on top of a plate and put a little bit of red chili, some cilantro, some green onions, and then you pour this soy sauce mixture. I don't know if you want to look inside. This is soy sauce, sugar, some Shaoxing rice wine, red chilies, and you pour this on top, and then you pour some really hot oil, then put some coriander seeds in. You pour that on top so it sizzles, and then you have it. And you'll see it later when I plate it up. But that's it. All right, thanks guys. So it's been 8 minutes. These are my sous vide fish. Look at that. It looks nice and white. Feels a little bit soft. I actually might do 2 more minutes. So it's been about 10 minutes. I think my fish is good. They feel nice and firm. So I'm gonna bring it over here to my cutting board. And I'm gonna open this up. It smells good. I can actually smell the fish. But there's a bit of oil on there, it's making it hard to open up. But alright. It's only racist in here. I gotta put it back in there actually. The outside is cooked, but the inside is not. Alright, so I have found an issue here, which is that the fish on the outside is cooked, but the fish in the middle is not. So what I have to do is I have to kind of spread them out a bit so that the water gets closer to it, because they're stacked on top of each other. So I think I will put it back in for another 2 minutes, and then we'll be good. Because right now they feel undercooked in the middle. Second try. I think my fish should be done right now. So let's take all of these out. All right. Let's just do one at a time here. So let's do this one. It's the smaller one. leave those in for a little bit longer. And then open this up and take my my fish out. And this time it feels nice and hot. So I'm going to bring these to this plate right here. Oh yeah, this is nice and done. So I'm going to finish doing this for the rest of the fish. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of this liquid here and I'm pouring this into this little container. And I'm going to use a stick blender to turn this into a nice little sauce to go on the bottom. All right, so what I've done here is I've emptied all of the contents out of the bags into here, and I'm using my stick blender to create a sauce. So this is all the black bean and everything else that's in there. So I'm gonna rinse this off real quick. You can see we're kind of crowded up in here. And let me plate this. That's not where the spoons are. You can see this is not my house. I'm gonna go right here. And we're gonna put a fillet there. And we're gonna put some cilantro, some scallions on there, a little bit of red chili, and then we have that sauce that I made earlier. And then the last part is the sizzling oil, and we can come over to the stove. The oil, you can see here, it's getting really hot, it's bubbling. All right, so this is kind of a traditional Chinese way of making fish.
Hi, how have you been?
Whoa, hey, watch out, hot oil. So we're going to pour the hot oil on top of the fish. Should sizzle. And then you add a little bit of white pepper. And that's it. That's the Chinese New Year fish. Alright, so the fish didn't turn out exactly how I wanted to. Here's two things that I learned. First of all, I'd never sous vide fish before, and I went on the internet to see at what temp and for how long. So I think I had the temperature right, but it said I only needed to do it for like 8 minutes, and the fish came out way undercooked. And because everybody was waiting, I ended up microwaving it, and I think that just kind of killed the texture. So I would suggest doing it at least 30 minutes, which is what this one was. And I tried it, and honestly, it's way over seasoned. I underestimated how much flavor was transferred when you do this, the kind of the vacuum seal bag. All of the flavor from my seasoning transferred into the fish, and you couldn't really taste the fish. It was too salty. So what I would do in the future is I would not only sous vide for longer. Actually, I wouldn't sous vide at all, but I'll get to that later. But I would have a lot less marinade for fish. Maybe a quarter of what I put in there, if anything at all. Maybe just like a dash of seasoning. And the rest would be the stuff that I put on top. And the next thing is, this is way too much work for fish. I think with salmon, there's a nice textural change. But for something like tilapia, which is what I use, which is what I like because it's sustainable, the texture wasn't worth the effort. Like steaming is just, in my opinion, a lot better. I think a lot of people's opinions here. Steaming has a nicer flake or consistency. This is a little bit softer, a little bit more custardy. And for tilapia, it doesn't work. Whereas salmon, it's nice when you have like the soft middle and then a nice kind of cooked outside crust. So in the future, I'm probably not going to sous vide tilapia, and if I did, I would put a lot less seasoning. But that was it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.